The history of Sonic the Hedgehog in the 3D realm has never really sat well with most fans. Most of the time, the inclusion of extra powers and unnecessary platforming elements have left fans with a bad taste in their mouths, as all they really wanted was that feeling of speed you got from the original side-scrollers. There have been a couple of times that Sonic, though, at least seemed to have had a decent idea of what to do in the 3D world. One of those titles was Sonic Adventure 2, where they introduced Shadow into Sonic's world, which of course, Shadow hasn't done anything of note since that game. We will never talk of his solo game, ever. And the only other one that I can think of is the one that kicked off the Sonic Storybook series. Hey everyone, this is Ray Carcillo for Classic Game Room, and today we're going to take a look at the latter of those two games, Sonic and the Secret Rings. One night, Sonic dozes off while reading the pages of the classic Arabian Nights. When he wakes up, he is met by a genie similar to one found in the pages of the legendary story, and she speaks of an evil genie named Eraser Jin, who is working to destroy the classic tale once and for all, so he may be free to wreak havoc on the real world. Sonic agrees to help and is given a ring that allows Shahra, the good genie, to help him whenever necessary. Unfortunately, upon arriving in the storybook world, Jin shoots Sonic with a magical flaming arrow. He removes the arrow, but promises Sonic that if he does not collect the 7 world rings for him before the fire of the arrow burns out, his life will be forfeit. Left with no other choice, Sonic's path is laid up before him, and so he must brave this foreign world and save the world of the Arabian Nights, or else both he and his world may be the next victims.
You're not gonna evaporate, are you, Shara?
What was interesting about Sonic and the Secret Rings was that each level you traversed had several challenges for you to complete, but were not necessary to move forward with the story. Typically, if you beat about half of them for each level, you'd be allowed to move forward with your adventure, or you could go back at any time to finish the others if you wished. From ring collection, enemy destruction, and the classic time trials, Sonic would face a variety of objectives over the course of the entire game in order to reach the end. Since these extra objectives weren't really necessary though, that freedom also left you with less replay value if you were just into the game for the story itself. Of course, playing and beating more challenges also allowed you more opportunities to earn new abilities for Sonic in the odd addition of an RPG element to the game. The best part of this game though were the peripherals. The graphics worked perfectly with the Wii, and the rich and varied world of the Arabian Nights was beautiful to look at. Add in some shockingly strong voice acting and tremendous music that incorporates a Middle Eastern feel to the classic Sonic rock riffs, and you'll probably be humming the game's theme, 7 rings in hand, long after you finished playing. The worst part of this game, though, is probably a lot more critical, and that's the controls. With the game using the Wiimote held sideways and basically putting Sonic on rails for many of his levels, the emphasis on just timing when to jump, attack, or change tracks by properly moving the Wiimote takes away a bit of the freedom and exploration you felt when running through all those classic 2D levels that Sonic is best known for. Not to mention, it would probably have been easier just to assign buttons for many of Sonic's actions, but this is proving one of the many problems developers had when the Wii first came out, and that is falling in love with the motion gimmick and forcing it onto us. Despite this, Sonic and the Secret Rings is easily in the short list of his better 3D games. The rich and lush storybook world you find yourself in, along with the compelling story, really shines through in this game. Throw in some classic characters from Sonic lore, getting in on the Arabian theme like Dr. Robotnik. I'll always call him Robotnik because that's what he was when I was a kid, not Eggman. And the look and the feel of the game is very strong, even if the controls fall flat. Sonic and the Secret Rings, at the very least, is worth a look at, and probably a worthwhile addition to your collection if you're a die-hard Sonic fan.
The gate. It's fixed.
Just what is this place?